Why is this not doing? Oh, I don't think I got them. Here's another one. Okay, up here we're in Amish country and there's horse and buggy folks everywhere going down the street. I don't want to get close to them. They're just everywhere.
Straight ahead.
They're just like cars. They're just all going down the street everywhere. Let's see if I can get close to.
Look, there's a little lady.
It's a little lady, little Amish lady.
My dad and I found this old tractor dealer here. Dozens and dozens and dozens of old tractors. There's a cub right there, huh? Just acres and acres of tractors. Well, we are in Nauvoo. We got in very late last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're standing here at the visitor center.
Hold on a second, Mom, wait.
It was very late. We stayed in a motel so we could have a place to rest and clean up. There aren't any real good camping facilities around that have showers and amenities. So we got in last night, all tired and cranky. We kind of got disoriented out on Highway 80, Interstate 80, and Interstate 74. It was kind of a little bit frustrating. We finally made it here. Dustin is performing. And we're going to go see the visitor center, all the sites around Nauvoo, the temple site. And all the other things that we should see in Nauvoo. And then we're going to go to Missouri. Well, this is the site of the Nauvoo temple. Right over there is where the temple sat. There's Johnny K drinking some pop. Real peaceful feeling here, like on any temple ground, really. We just went through the visitor center. Saw the little bit of the story of Nauvoo, the saints here. They were here 6.5 years. Built a beautiful city. Then were forced to leave. This is where the great exodus occurred, or began, from this city, from Nauvoo. This is where the saints began their westward trek to the Salt Lake Valley. There's Mama Bear. There's Grandpa. Walking about the foundation site of the Nauvoo temple. That's a model display of the temple, what it looked like when it sat here. Impressive building. There's an original sunstone from the temple. We'll go up and look at that closer. The saints completed the temple just before they had to leave. There you can see the foundation, the outline of where the temple stood. Again, just the perimeter, the foundation of the temple. Right there is a well. I'm not sure the significance. I'm assuming that's where the building obtained water for the baptismal font. That may have been where the font stood, right there. These are just some of the stones You're okay. There's a moonstone going along the bottom of the temple. Some of the stone moldings on the temple. Original stones from the temple. This is one of the original sunstones. There are two that are complete in existence. This one here, which is owned by the state and loaned to the church for display. And then there's one in the Smithsonian Institute. Well, this is the original town, how it was set up. This is Main Street right out here. Here are some of the buildings around that we're going to look at and see today in Nauvoo.
Really heavy. In fact, when you go outside after the end of the tour, you go through the gate, you'll see what we use these cannonballs for. Maybe you've already seen it, have you?
Yes.
Okay, let's go into Elizabeth's world here.
This is a barrel making jig. Put the riflings in the barrel.
Jonathan did. He dug a well down in his root cellar. There, that cold water would come up within just a few feet of Betty. Now, faster than we could. So we put up a couple scarecrows to see if that would help keep them away, and it did. When they came here to restore these facilities, this log cabin was not here. It had long since deteriorated, was gone. All that remained was just the foundation.
This is the Jonathan Browning home, the famous gunsmith, gun maker, founder of Browning Arms. Just took a tour of his home and his gun shop. Early convert to the church, made a huge contribution in helping the saints.
Gardeners, the flower garden here, it seems like they just come and go. They'll blossom up and then they'll die away and other flowers will come. So it's just beautiful here. Now, as you look right off to the right here, you see how they planted the for herbs. And there's the mints that tells you how they make the mints. So it's really good. Now this home you see right off to your left here is the home of Orson Hyde. Now Orson Hyde was a friend of the prophet Joseph Smith, and the prophet asked him if he would go to Palestine, and each one had an acre here to build a home, and they could have a garden, they could have a chicken coop, they could have a pig pen. They got tourists there. They wanted to see what it was like. Well, they
into the press, huh?
Well, they have little boxes they put them in until they make a paragraph.
Right there.
The burial signs. Are they like clear on the other side? Dad, see how wet?
I can see. Just got done taking the horse ride, tour of Old Nauvoo. This is the Mississippi River I'm standing on. The Joseph Smith family homestead property.
What's all that green stuff? Does the river come in there too? Is it just
It's kind of swampy, yeah. Swampy in there. This is Joseph Smith's home, homestead, there. Over here is where Joseph and Hiram are buried. Right here. The grave site right there marks Joseph, Hiram, and Emma Smith is actually there too. That's where they're buried. This is all part of the reorganized church's property here. Just on the edge of Nauvoo. This is Parley Street coming down from Nauvoo. They call this the Road of Tears. This is where the saints lined up their wagons right here. That's the Mississippi. They lined up and put their wagons on the barge and crossed over, and then when the river was frozen, they drove their wagons across on their trek westward to Council Bluffs and Winter Quarters and ultimately on to the Salt Lake Valley. There's a memorial back here of about 2,000 names of pioneer people, Nauvoo people who died trying to cross the river and during the Exodus. That's the Carthage jail where Joseph and Hiram were martyred. We just arrived here, and there's a little visitor center, and here's all our guys going into the visitor center. And that's the place right there.
They claimed they did. They did it as an action of the Nauvoo City Council. When they came over, they were able to take care of that charge, and they were getting on their horses to go home, and they charged Joseph and Hiram with treason because they didn't want them again.
We will go up there.
Let's up and see what it's like.
I don't have that capability.
Where's there?
The mob was only here for 2 minutes. He said they roared in like a tornado. And if you listen closely to this dramatization, you'll pick up a clue as to why they left so quickly, because they left very quickly also. So let me play it for you. And if you have any questions, then we'll talk.
June 27th, 1844, dawn.
Go through. Outside. Right down there. That's the jail. There's the window that the prophet fell from. Fell down and hit this well structure here. A well.
Okay. Wow! Look at our bro! Holy! Wow!
Okay, now don't let him jump again.
He is fast! He is fast! He was hopping! He's holy! He goes so fast!
Catch him again.
Oh no! We were walking there and we saw him. Oh my!
It's like a birch crane.
Mississippi. Wait, is this the Mississippi or the Mississippi?
Mississippi.
The riverbed and
We're on our...
I'm on SSI,
With the invention of modern refrigeration,